Imhotep Nefer Kemet. Welcome in great peace to Egypt. I am Kanefer. I worked for one of the noblemen of the Old Kingdom period, circa 2,200 years before your common era. I was the foreman of the fisherman and the overseer of his fishing boats. I have crossed the time barrier to talk to you about fishermen and fishing, which is very prosperous and formed an important activity in our country. Fish are very abundant in our country, as Egypt is located on two major seas, along with the river Nile. Fishermen who live on the edge of marshes are organized in teams and hold the position of catchers of water birds and fish. Workers in different fields often receive their rations in the form of fish. The fisherman is called way. Fishermen do their work either from the shore of the river or while on board their papyrus boats. The most primitive manner of fishing was with the spear. Later it became only pursued as a sport by the wealthy. We were the first to fish for fun. We use a thin long spear, in front of which two long barbed points are fastened. The most skillful spears two fish at once, one with each point. In case of danger, the tilapia or bolty fish was noticed to swallow the new offspring and keep them in its mouth. When the risk is over, the tilapia fish throws the small fish out. This is taken as symbol of resurrection and new birth. The sun's enemy often takes the form of a fish. So, spearing the two fish also means casting a spell on the enemy. Some fishermen use also the line with hooks or the line with a rod while seated or standing on the bank of the river. They use ground bait for this kind of fishing. Fishing by angling is also used as a delightful recreation for refined gentlemen. They are assembled in our scenes seated on chairs and rugs fishing in the artificial lakes in their gardens. This is a fishing hook made of copper. And that is a reel with a rolled fishing line. For earning their living, poor fishermen generally used nets. The simplest type of nets looks like a basket of wickerwork. It is thrown to the water and fish is passively gathered inside. The second type of nets is used in shallow water by individual fishermen. This kind of nets is small and furnished with a pole on either side, attached to it. The fisherman holding one of the poles in either hand, thrusts it below the surface of the water and awaits the moment when a group of small fish pass over it. The most commonly used type is the long drag net. It has wooden floats on the upper and metal weight on the lower side. The net is let down from a boat and the fisherman drags it through the water to the land. The metal weights or leads are of an elongated shape, hanging from the outer cord of the net. These are flat, and being folded round the cord, the opposite sides are beaten together. Sometimes two boats cooperate to use one net in the water. This is a fragment of a net. And that is a needle for making a net. So, this fisherman is making a net. The fish harvest then is collected and a string is put through their gills. The fish are carried in a row on a stick to the fish dealers in the market. Many are so heavy that a man can only carry one at a time. Fresh fish is carried to the market immediately. Fish dealers are seated on low stones before a sort of table, cleaning out the inside of the fish and cutting them open so as to dry them better in the sun by hanging the fish upon strings. Others clear the fish from bones to prepare fillet slices. If the fishermen are far from home, they begin this step on board their boats. In the market, you can see a fish dealer sitting before his baskets. He is busy in cleaning a big fish while he haggles about the price with his customer. These dried fish are salted and are considered a common and cheap foodstuff for the poor classes, even cheaper than corn. However, rich people and the epicure knew each variety and excellent types form a favorite dish with the upper class. The fish would be cleaned and prepared by either pickling, roasting, drying, or by boiling. Here are some fish which are particularly prized for the table and as well superior in flavor to others. These are mentioned with their known names nowadays: the Bolti, the Kishr el-Bayad, the Bini, the Shal, the Shilba, the Bayad, the Karmut, the Mullet or Alburi, and the Bisaria. Strangely, in the late period and for religious reasons, eating fish became hated and fish considered unclean. Some kinds are considered sacred and not allowed to be eaten, such as the Oxyrhynchus, which is sacred in the Oxyrhynchus nome that you call now Alminia. Being the foreman of the fishermen, I'm served well by servants. They cook for me delicious soup and prepare my favorite cooked fish. That is why I look well fed. There are many interesting stories about fishing. Plato said the Egyptians could tame fish with the same facility as land animals. The Roman author Claudius Aelianus also said some kind of fish in Lake Mareotis was caught by singing to it and by the sound of clappers made of shells. Hence, the fish will be attracted and leap in abundance into the nets. But the most interesting story happened between Queen Cleopatra and Mark Antony. It was on the Nile that Mark Antony and Queen Cleopatra went for angling. In order to impress the Queen of Egypt, the Roman general ordered divers to hook fish on his line. However, Cleopatra discovered the trick. She sent her divers to hang a dried and salted fish, which was imported from the Black Sea, on the hook of her lover. In front of the Roman's discomfited face, she said to him with great laughter, "General, leave us the line, to us who reign on the Nile, fishing for you is to take the cities, the kings, and the continents. And now it is time for me to finish my work, check the fish harvest of the day and dismiss all these fishermen. So long."
Make sure to tune in to my next videos. If you have any thoughts or questions, add them to your comments. Kindly press the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I'm Farag Sharabasi, and see you in the next episodes. Thank you.